what would you do if you're in a job that you hate or a relationship you don't like? I know there's different reasons for it, but I mean, just for the reason that you know it's not for you, how do you find your passion?
Well, you don't find your passion.
It finds you.
No. Or it may not even find you, because that might just mean that you just sit and you wait for it to show up. But
Mhm.
you don't find your passion sitting in a room. You find your passion by doing the 100 things, that the 101 thing will be your passion. I know who I am because I know also who I am not. It wasn't just because I found myself. It doesn't work like that. It's a chipping away. It's a wondering, it's a creating, it's a deconstructing, it's a constructing, it's a learning, it's an unlearning, but it's a doing process. You don't just sit there and wait for passion and purpose to show up, in my experience, in my opinion. And in my experience as a psychologist also, like, you can sit all day long, it ain't gonna show up knocking on your door. You need to be alert, you need to be engaged, you need to try new things, you need to be curious. So that's what I think about, like, looking for passion. But if you are in a job that you don't like, there are so many things that I would consider before I leave that job. So I'm not going to be fluffy and say, if it doesn't speak to your soul, leave. No, there's practicalities to life. You have bills to pay, you have kids to feed, you have yourself to feed. And so if you don't like your job, I would really consider many things. And I'm now thinking from the top of my head what some of those things would be. But is it the job, or is it how I am doing the job? Sometimes it's not the job. Sometimes it's you staying up till 2 a.m. watching Netflix, and then not exercising and eating, McDonald's for lunch, breakfast, dinner, whatever. Like, it's how you're living your life that is the problem, not the job. It's super easy to project your lack of passion and lack of engagement onto a job, but it actually could be you. It could be you and the way you live your life. Because if I took you to the most, inspiring place on the planet, if your body is not healthy, if you cannot be engaged and be mindful, if you cannot savor the moment, if you put junk in your body and you don't exercise it and you don't love it and nurture it, you could be in the most inspiring place and not be inspired. So it's too easy to say, if your job does not speak to you, leave. No, figure out what the issue is. Really, if you don't know what the issue is, sit with a coach and sit with a therapist and say, is it my life? Or is it the way I live my life? Is it my job? Is it my relationship? Because sometimes it is. Sometimes there's so much toxicity in our personal relationships, and then we project it on because we don't want to be lonely. We don't want to be alone, but there's so much tension there that you can't enjoy anything. So really, it is about a deconstructing and problem solving type of session that you need to have before you leave that job. And if you get to the end of that problem solving session and you realize it's not for you, I would say start working on your CV, building a skill set, and then exposing yourself to many, many different things. Do internships, do certificate courses, but don't just think that it's all going to be easy all the time. I went through multiple dark nights while I was a psychologist. It was too easy for me to say, I don't want to, care for anyone anymore. No one cares for me, or I'm burnt out and I don't want to do this anymore. And I go off and I become a chef. Like, I could have done that, but maybe you just need to take care of yourself right now. Like, maybe that's what is needed in this moment. So there are absolutely difficult periods in the most passionate jobs. And I always say the fires of passion actually burn more. And so I can burn out because I am passionate, because I just want to work, because I just love it. And so if you don't have balance, even in the most passionate jobs, you will burn out and you will be disengaged and cynical.